Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, my very special guest that I have joining me, he is a musician. You may best know him for his tenure in Bad Religion, and he is also the lead guitarist of Circle Jerks. Please give a warm welcome for Greg Hetson. Greg, thank you for taking your time to do this with me. It means a lot. I'm a huge music nerd. Anything punk, anything metal, just anything in the rock genre, or anything that just gets my adrenaline pumping. Music is who I am, and I cannot thank you for taking your time to do this with me. So please, tell me about your origins and how you got into Bad Religion and into music as a whole.
Well, I got into music. My dad was really always listening to music. He would take me to record stores, and I didn't really like most of the stuff he was into. He liked the classical music, opera, a lot of show tunes. But we would go record shopping, and I would listen to the top 40 radio stations, and that's how I kind of got into music. Started playing guitar like when I was 16. Maybe shortly thereafter, I heard about punk rock, and I got intrigued and got really into it. Started a band with some friends in high school, which led to meeting Keith when he was in Black Flag, and I had just quit my band, Red Cross, and that's kind of how that all happened.
I love to hear about some fun stories about your time being in Bad Religion.
Yeah, I was friends with those guys pretty early on. We would do Circle Jerks and Bad Religion would do shows together, like parties and some small clubs here and there. It was pretty much a hobby for many years, and then all of a sudden we got popular. 10, 12 years before I actually made a living in making music. So it was, you love it, and then somehow it ended up becoming a real career.
What are some of your favorite songs that you did when you were with Bad Religion?
There's so much good stuff. I could pick and choose a lot, but I can't think off the top of my head. 21st Century Digital Boy is always a fun one. I always enjoyed playing that one. That was a good crowd pleaser. There's too much to choose from.
Another song that comes to mind is American Jesus.
That's a fun one too. That's a really good one, yeah.
I remember back in the day you toured with Green Day. I would like to hear about your times working with Green Day because Green Day is one of my favorite bands of all time.
We were on tour for Recipe for Hate with Bad Religion. I think it was 1993, somewhere around there. Green Day was our opening band, and then we saw how popular they were already getting. It was right before Dookie came out. We got them to be our opening act in Europe, and then they blew up. They became like one of the biggest bands in the world. They just exploded. So we got to move up to bigger venues. They didn't complain. They did the tour. We made more money. We just said, hey, thanks for helping us out on this tour. And so, of course, we gave them some of the bonus money. I mean, it's only the right thing to do. They helped propel us to another level. So, yeah, it was very cool then.
If there's anything else on your mind that you would like to say, please, go for it.
My daughter's a musician too, so the kind of stuff that I tell her is like, be humble, go out and play wherever you can, even if you think you're better than the band and they're playing or more popular and they're playing above you on a bill. Doesn't matter, just go out, do your best, do lots of promo. Back in our day, we handed out thousands and thousands of flyers. Now I guess you got to hit social media. You got to do the hard work and do it for the love, and don't worry about the money and prizes and all that stuff. Just be humble and go for it.
Also, while we're here, I'd like to hear about your knowledge about autism and your familiarity with it.
I have a pretty decent friend who probably didn't figure this out till in his 50s. He was diagnosed with Asperger's. It's interesting how people cannot even know. They go through life, and then they find out as an adult, oh, that all makes sense now. I don't know a whole lot about it. Educate me. I'd like to learn from you.
Well, music is who I am, and I feel like music has helped me cope with my autism. It helped me learn how to speak, it helped me learn how to interact with different objects in the world, and it helped me navigate life. And if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I owe all my life to music. And this is why I would love to get more exposure out there and be able to interview more of my favorite musicians. And this is why I cannot thank you enough for taking your time to do this with me.
Hey, no problem.
All right, guys, that about wraps our time. So thanks again, Greg, for taking your time to do this with me. I also want to give a shout out to the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for booking Greg to do a tour there. And if I had not gone there that day, this would not be happening right now. So let's continue to support punk rock and the rock genre as a whole. And thanks again, Greg.